Make sure you've got a good foundation in place, and building the foundation is going to have the emergency fund as a core piece of that. Hey, thank you so much for checking the channel out today. My name is Agabus. This is your financial education channel. We are piggybacking off of the conversation we had the other week, chatting a bit about emergency funds and emergency funds essentials today. Thank you so much for checking the channel out today. My name is Agabus. This is your financial education channel. When we're talking about emergency funds, I'll start with the importance of having one. The importance of having an emergency fund is having some sort of a cushion that you can fall back on. It goes back to this idea of having some financial security in unexpected situations. Also, it gives you some peace of mind during those emergencies because you've got some money set aside. Just like the video before, we want to make sure we start off with a goal. How much would you like to have set aside for those emergencies? Most financial planners, if you listen to all the advice that's out there and read those books, they're all going to tell you you should have somewhere between 3 months to 6 months of your expenses sitting in a checking, a savings, a CD, something that's liquid and easily accessible. Now, why the 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses? The idea is primarily for those who are working. The idea would be if you are in between work, you've got a couple months to get back onto your feet. Lord knows how the economy works better than the rest of us, and sometimes we get caught in between one employment and the other. Also, 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside should be able to cover most of the main emergencies that do pop up in life. So let's give you a quick example. If you have the average American U.S. household income of roughly $75,000, that would be about $6,000 a month before taxes. Let's just, for ease of numbers, say after taxes you get $5,000 for conversation's sake. If after taxes and benefits you get a cash flow of $5,000 coming in, it would be ideal to have between $15,000 and $30,000 sitting on the sideline for those emergencies. Again, those are back of the napkin numbers, 3 to 6 months times your monthly expenses or monthly bills. Now, once you have the goal in place of how much you'd like to save, now the idea is, where are we going to put it? Well, for most folks, they don't have their full amount available to just set aside in some sort of emergency fund. So you're going to have to start small, more than likely, and be consistent, making sure that monthly cash flow is slowly going into that cushion to build it up. Now, once we've got the goal in place and once we've got a consistent monthly cash flow to build up the cushion, we're going to want to figure out, where do we put that? Most of the time, you're going to put it into what's called liquid accounts or easily accessible accounts, such as checking accounts, savings accounts, maybe a CD, other sort of bank instruments, again, that are very easily accessible. And credit cards do not count. We'll use credit cards for an emergency in the event we don't have an emergency fund. Some of the key things that you're going to want to make sure to implement is making sure you're consistent. I'd recommend having the savings be automatic from one account to the other, so that way you don't have to manually go in there and remind yourself. Just make it easy and simple for you. And also to stay disciplined, making sure you've got that budget and that cash flow in place so you've got a good idea of how much you're funneling to that cushion. Make sure you've got a good foundation in place, and building the foundation is going to have the emergency fund as a core piece of that. I hope this was helpful for you on your journey to financial freedom. If you found value in this, drop a comment in the comment section below, or share it with a friend or somebody who may find value in this information. As always, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Make sure to stay inquisitive, stay informed, and stay subscribed for more. We'll see you next time.